Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real. Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Ree,
And I'm Chevry.
and this is
Let's be real. Today's topic is how to juggle your relationship with friendships and family. And today, this topic is a little near and dear to my heart because I feel like I have to deal with that at times. And I think that it's a struggle. It's a struggle.
It
Like,
definitely is.
when you're in a relationship, I think you always want to just, you and your partner just
Want to do stuff.
automatically do stuff together. Like, you don't really have to call on a friend or, do anything outside of your relationship if you don't have to, if you don't want to, because it's like your person is always there. So it's like, okay, does it cause a problem in other areas of your life? Or is it just, it is what it is? Like, it's understood. You're in a relationship. When you're in a relationship, you do a lot of stuff with your person. You know what I'm saying? Like, or is that enough?
I mean, as you get older, I feel like you have to find that balance, because when you're single, you're out with the friends, you're also out with the family. Like, you find that time to do what you want to do, right? When you're in a relationship, it's like y'all automatically do things together because you're getting to know this person. You're loving that feeling, you're loving being around your person, like you're happy. So that also takes time away from family and friends because you're with your partner. You're no longer single. You are an item,
Right.
So it's finding that balance because your family still want to spend time with you, and it's not necessarily that they always want to be with your partner. Like, my family doesn't have a problem. You know what I mean? Not saying that it is a problem, but I guess, it is good to have some like you time. You know what I mean?
I think it's also a little tricky too when you and your person, y'all have space between y'all as well. Like, to the outside, it probably looks like y'all always together. Y'all always doing something. Everywhere you go, she go, whatever. But then, like, within the dynamic of the relationship, if there's already like built-in space that you guys have, it's like nobody really probably sees that more than they see, oh, you're always together. But it's like, that's why I think in this situation with us, it's like, we have time apart, obviously, when we're working, but then, like, I'm home before you, so I have my me time at that time. When you get in, if I work, I go to sleep, then that's your time that you have to yourself. And then on the weekends, I have time all day, 5 hours, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the time alone is kind of built into the dynamic of our relationship. So when we do things, it is us together a lot because we, that's the time that we have to spend together on the weekends or when people invite us to stuff or whatever. But I think that also, we have a healthy, like, oh, your friends invite you to some stuff and I don't go. Or I go to some stuff that my friends are just, well, most of my friends do include you and everything. But, like, there are some things that's like, hey, we're going to have a girls' day, just like girlfriends, girls, chit chat, talk about this, talk about that.
Right.
But like, I don't be wanting my friends and family to feel like, I'm neglecting them, because I'm not. But I'm always open for an invite. I always say that, like, hey, if you want to hang
takes
out,
two.
just hang out. We can hang out.
It takes two. Like, you can't just be on one person to just be like, oh, well, I want to hang out, but then you don't come up with no ideas.
But I think also, like, it depends on how you and your friends are or were before your relationship. Because, like, a lot of my friends group, like, when I was sorting my shit out or when I was going through what I was going through, like, my friends were my support. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I don't ever want them to feel like they're not. But I think I do a lot with my friends. But just, the things that we used to do that were when I was single, you know what I'm saying? Going out or just hanging out, period, going over each other's houses and staying and this, that, and the third. So, but it's like, you do have to have a balance, I think, because it kind of can seem like you're neglecting people, but in all actuality, you're not. And like, I don't know, I tell my friends, hey, if you ever want to do something, just let me know. You know, I'm always thinking about things to do. I'm always coming at everybody with an idea. But like, if you ever want to be like, hey, let's just go out and, you know, sit at the water, just me and you, fine. You know what I'm saying?
And they do that. You know what I mean? Like, I have friends that don't. Like,
Yeah.
you feel me? Like, or not in the same city as me. You know, same state. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it does boil down to it being like my family. You feel me? But it is also both parties doing the planning if they want to. Like, if you really want to see me, then, you know, throw it out there.
Right.
Like, we're adults now, so we got to plan.
I think a lot of people just kind of lean on the fact that, you know, again, before you went in your relationship, this is how things were. And then it's like, it doesn't continue after the relationship like it did in the aspect of how it did before. So then it kind of feels like, I never get to see you, or, you know, we never get to do anything or whatever. But, you know, it's like, that's where I kind of am in my journey, like trying to just figure out a balance, because the dynamic that we have is easy for me. Like, I can deal with it. Like, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I also love that you're a very outgoing person. So like, all of my friends take a liking to you. So when I get invited, you get invited. But the times that it's not an invite given, you know, like, is it still expected that we just do other things? You know, like, I'm going to hang out with such and such today, you know? And then that be that, you know? But like, how do you know when you're not doing that enough? Like,
I feel like I heard this somewhere that you date your friends too. You know, family is also like friends. So you date them as well. So it's just all about having that balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like, we a partner, we're an item. So if you don't want me to come, then that need to be said. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless it's just automatic. Like, anytime I extend an invite for you, you're invited. Like my friends told you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I invite you somewhere, Sherry is invited. And or, you know, like, even with family, like, what we doing that my partner can't come? Which is not really ever like that. You know, they're like, please bring her. You feel me? But like, for moms, you know, like, I'm a mama's girl. You know, and we find time to be involved. You know, like, to have our talks and stuff like that. Like, we raising my niece, so, you know, that comes into play where we got to find time as well. So it's just more so just making a date. You know, yeah, like, we got calendars. We communicate, like, oh, I'm busy this week, but, you know, maybe we could do something this week. I'm trying to save some money this month, so, you know, I ain't really doing nothing with nobody. You know what I mean? So don't feel no way. You know, like, it's just being adults. You feel me? But you have to date everybody. I'm dating my family. I'm dating my friends. You know, like, I guess that's where you kind of just find it where you can make it a little bit easier on yourself. Because I'm treating it like my relationship, you know, in a sense.
Right. So what about when your friends say stuff like, oh, you know, I know you in a relationship, and, you know, that's, things change when you get into a new relationship, or something like that. Like, does that mean that they're indirectly telling you that you're changing and that you're different, or that we don't hang out?
Blunt with me.
Or or is that just like a statement? Like,
it could just be a statement. Look, you gotta be blonde. Like I said, blonde. You gotta be blunt with me. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has their feelings or whatever, but, like, you gotta tell me how you feeling. Like, I would just take that and be like, oh, okay. I'm not. Like, do you feel like I'm changing, or, you know what I mean? Like, what's up? Like, do we need to talk about it?
Right.
Because maybe you need to check yourself. You know, maybe you're projecting. What's going on in your life? You need to talk about it.
Yeah, it's definitely a struggle, because I just feel like it's so easy to just do something and include my partner than it is to, like, wrangle up the friends. You know what I'm saying? Like,
everybody don't like to do everything.
Right. They do not. But I think that it's something that, you know, a lot of friends just you know, I think about the friends that would do the things that I'm thinking about doing. Like if I want to go climb a mountain, you know, this weekend, I know friends that I'm gonna call and ask, yo, you trying to take this hike with us?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'm not gonna call them other friends that's like, girl, I'm not walking down from the
in the heat.
Right.
Oh, it's cold outside. You know.
Yeah. Like, oh, are we gonna have food days?
Right.
Know, like, so it's, you kind of think about that, but in itself, that's a whole nother topic about, you know.
And I think that ties into like
include
dating.
Everyone every time.
Huh?
Like a whole nother topic of like, how do you include everybody? That's with me. It's like no in between with me. It's like whenever I have an idea, I want to invite everybody. I'm like, oh, we can tell this one, and I'm like, dang. So I get charged sometimes with the card of like not being or doing the things I used to do, but I be like, dang, I be feeling like I be including everybody and everything, you know. But maybe it's a little reflection to think about, you know, and see. I don't know.
Okay. I understand.
I just know it is definitely a challenge.
It's definitely difficult.
When you have an active social life.
Yes.
That's the hard part.
And then your partner also has an active social life.
Oh, yeah. That's a double whammy for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I just can't say yes to everything.
That's hard for me. Like, I want to do it. And if it's something I haven't done, and I'm like, oh, yes, I always want to do that. Oh, that sounds interesting. I want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
you do a good job, though.
Trying to just find the balance, you know, make everybody happy, including yourself.
Yes. Well, honestly, if we being transparent, you got to make sure you're happy first, because then it's just a hot mess.
It is.
Because then you just people pleasing.
Right.
So,
and that's what you don't want to get to. So that's why I said balance. And the key is the key word to balance out different times spending with different people, you know. And at the end of the day, you know, you and your partner, y'all gonna always rock together. So, you know, taking a little extra time to spend with a friend or a family member or whatever, you know, it's not so bad.
No, not at all.
But
you know, just give them some of you, because that's what they want. You know, they want some of you, so you make time. You make time for what you want to make time for.
We always do.
And it gets difficult when, you know, it's like, oh, I got, like, you wanted me to, what week? Like, it's like bing, bong, bong, bing, bing. You got so much to do. Right. So it's like, you know, then you got to kind of, well, can't do that. It's a little bit too much going on, you know, but, you know, you can make time, but also make sure that it works for you.
Right. Because I know people that are like, I don't do nothing with nobody but my girlfriend or my boyfriend. Like, I know a couple couples that's like, it's just us. Like, and I think it really works for them because it's like they don't feel like they have to do too much. It's like their plans is just them.
I guess that could be easy, but then it's just codependency. Like, breathe. When do you get get your time?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I love doing things with you. Yes. You know what I'm saying? But it's also healthy to do things separately too.
Right.
You know, so then that way when I come back, I got a lot to talk about.
That's it. That's it.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that's a good takeaway.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think it's a good takeaway. So that's the topic for today. Hope you all enjoyed. And thanks for tuning in to
Let's Be Real. Let's Be